All right, time to quit being lazy. Time to log into another video. I wanted to post this one last week, but someone decided to go on a little vacation, and then you know me, I find any excuse to be lazy, so I went ahead and used that as an excuse to push it back more days, even though I found it within like 24 hours. So I'm like, yeah, bro, you really just blame the cat. She's the reason. Okay, she's a spoiled little brat. And yeah, she's the reason I've been lazy because I refuse to take accountability on anything. But this video I've been wanting to do for a while now. I've been talking about it for a little minute, but again, I walk in mud. But before I get into the topic of the video, I do want to say I dipped my toe in the clickbait world, and I wasn't lying. She's actually here. She's like, "We're doing a video. We're doing a video." I do not support CP. Okay, all the pedophiles. All right, stand down. I think my clickbait worked a little too well because I'm fighting for my life in the comments. I don't know if you guys want to just go back to my last video and look at it. It's really funny. This is my disclaimer on another video because at the same time the clickbait is working. It's good bait, so I kind of don't want to. I'm definitely not changing the title. Definitely not doing any of that. But also, I don't know if you guys noticed or not. New mic. The YouTube money's just coming in, and I'm just buying new toys now. Okay, but I might actually switch back between both of them. But the only reason I'm not using a typical mic because I talk with my hands and it always just moves away, and it doesn't really make for great sound quality. But anyways, yap over with. Let's talk about Kagurabachi because you guys meme that story into actually writing great fucking material. I don't think I've read a Kagurabachi chapter that was anything less than an 8 out of 10 since I picked up the thing, okay? But I'm not going to be talking about the manga in whole. I'm going to be actually talking about Samura, all right? Samura, samurai with no eye. I kind of like that. I stole that from someone else's video. I don't know if that's like a common thing that everyone knows, but man, this character just kind of shows you that authors, writers, they do have favorites, and sometimes it's not the main character. I feel like he has all the tropes I love in a character, and it's all just bundled into one person. I feel like every story they need that like Yami, they need a Kakashi, they need a Gojo, they need a Shishui, they need a Kusakabe, just like the laid back mentor, carefree, sometimes like the womanizer. I just love that, and you just gotta have that overpowered cool sensei. And Samura's kind of like the Gojo of the verse, I would say. And he definitely has that laid back, kind of like, chilling mindset. And I love I call it his look. His character design is almost like casual GQ, lazy GQ. I don't know. It looks like he's going to his younger sister's wedding, and he said, "Can I just go in a Hawaiian shirt?" She goes, "No." He goes, "I have to wear a suit." She goes, "Yes, you have to wear a suit." And he goes, "Okay." So didn't say anything about shoes because my boy's rocking the flip flops. Okay, he has the Louis on. I actually don't know which brand. I don't really even know that many fashion names to even bring up a bunch of for a list. But I kind of like the untucked, kind of like sloppy, but still, I don't know, still dressed up, still 10 out of 10 fit. It's almost like a Constantine. I love that kind of like ex-CEO that lost his company and now he has a drinking problem, but he still kind of got that shit on though. You know, I, it's it's so cool. And speaking of cool, uh, I'm gonna go into his abilities, but I like the fact that he has this healing ability where he can actually heal objects too. So when he's smoking his cigarette, he can heal the cancer cells and also heal the cigarette. So it's almost like a sentient vape. Look, smoking isn't cool, but that's because it gives you cancer. But because canonically he actually can't get cancer, that makes smoking cool. He made smoking cool, like objectively. Then he got the sunglasses on with it too. Sunglasses with it. I mean, he's just bringing back a classic look. All right, he's bringing back a classic look, and he's just making it look so fucking sick. But for someone who can't see, he can't see anything. He knows how to aura form. He knows what's gonna look good on a double spread. My man's the king of double spreads. I love it. Oh my god! But the fact that he's like nerfing himself also brings in like other dynamics, not just the anime uncle side of it. He also has the overpowered guy that's kind of a good guy, but he also isn't using his full abilities. Yeah, that's why you gotta like read a bunch of different stories. You have more of appreciation for that. I mean, it would be cool regardless, even if you did have any reference on it. But I love that. Oh, I'm holding myself back from kicking you because I could one shot you, but I kind of want to talk to you at the same time, but let you know you can't beat me. You can't beat me in these hands. They rated E for everybody. Okay, I don't have to kill you to dog walk you and have you understand that. And I'm gonna do it with my hands tied behind my back. It's sick. I love it. And he is just this character with all these cool traits, all these cool things about him. And on top of that, he has the most broken abilities in one sword, right? He has three abilities, right? He has the was it owl? I think he calls it. I like to call it, I wish a motherfucker would. Because you see the panels of the owl eyes in the sky? People can see that. People can see that. Also, he turned Shiro, the main character, he became his probation officer. He's like, bro, if I catch you breaking the law, aka taking the sword out the sheath, I'm just gonna assume off get that you want these hands. All right, and I'm gonna pack you up. But he put my boy on probation. It was amazing. And then I found out that the people in the city actually can see the shit in the sky. Did you just imagine living in that city? I mean, people know about the enchanted blades and stuff, and they like go outside. Wait, why is this so? Whoa, what the? They check the weather app, and they just see there's 100% chance of smoke. All right, hands will be thrown. These people have to come to work. Can you imagine, like, I don't know, Jerome or whatever going to his McDonald's job or whatever? It's just like your 9 to 5, and he calls his boss. And he goes, "Hey, you seen the thing up in the sky?" So yeah, I've seen the news. He goes, "Well, do I have to come into work today?" Boss goes, "Do you have an enchanted blade?" No, you don't have an enchanted blade. Bring your ass to work, all right? Don't be late. And then he has a second ability, which I love. Teleporting ability is one of my favorite things. I think if I had to pick a power for myself, I would go teleport. Oh, healing. And I have to pick another one, a third one. I don't know. Those are always my two favorite. Oh, maybe fire abilities because it's cool. Duh. Infinite energy. That's also dope. But yeah, he has healing also. But Jesus Christ. But he has the teleporting ability when he just brings all these of course they're crow feathers. And he can just switch places with this. It's like basically like boogie woogie, Minato type stuff. Then we got we got his third ability, his Phoenix. He can heal everything. Is basically basically a redo. So like Command Z. Oh damn! run it back. The power to run it back. That's the name of the ability. The power to run it back. Control Z. That's what I'm gonna call it. It I love it. Healing, teleporting, undo, the basically time powers is the best. But I do want to get into like his actual character because he's nerfing himself for feeling guilty. So you gotta think about that when you find out that his sword was used or made to be support. So just imagine your entire crew. Or you play, I don't know if you guys play MMOs or anything like that, but imagine your entire crew, your entire party, your entire guild getting absolutely dogged on by a mage with shitty Wi-Fi. And it's not because he can't get the Wi-Fi. It's because he just wants to use the free Wi-Fi at his apartment and he doesn't want to pay the premium price to get the high speeds. But he's that sick with it. He doesn't really need the Wi-Fi. It's good. He knows the timing of all the blasts. You know, and also his rig is, I don't know, it looks like he got the computer from a thrift store. And it's a support mage. Yeah. Yeah. But and he has the and then he also has the Deadbeat Father boost. You know, the Ging, the Goku. I don't think Goku's an actual Deadbeat Father, but I'm just throwing him in there. You know, Deadbeat Father's always going to be OP. They get an automatic boost. That's just how it works. Deadbeat Fathers are like the main characters, where, you know, main characters get plot armor. Deadbeat Fathers get to automatically just be OP, and you just have to deal with it. It's okay, because they're going to be really cool, and they're going to look cool beating the absolute dog shit out of you. I just love his character so much. I think it's because I'm getting older. I'm speaking of anime uncles here. I'm unk. I'll be 32 next month. I think in my older age, reading mangas, or just even looking at movies, watching anime, I like older characters. I just like those older characters that have a bunch of responsibility, but they don't really want to deal with the responsibility, but they have all the powers to deal with the responsibility, and they just blame, and they're just like super hard on themselves. My favorite character from JJK is Kusakabe. I've never heard that from anyone else. I'm pretty sure there's more people like me. I don't think I'm that unique of a person, but I just like the time he decided to lock in is when he saw all of the new generation just putting in so much hard work, and he didn't want to squash that. When you get my age, you're gonna understand that, because once you get in your 30s, life just kind of like beats you down, and you just get kind of indifferent about it. And you have all these, I don't know, maybe you're like you're 35 or something. You got this assistant or like a male boy or someone just like in the next cubicle as you, and he's like talking about all these like dreams he has and yada yada yada. And you're like, wow, man, that's impressive. I want you to go and do that, but like in your soul, you're just like, I got a good job. It pays well. I got a retirement building up. Yeah, but I'm also, believe it or not, when I was your age, I was basically running this place. Okay, I am the ace, and whenever I decide to lock in, I can get that promotion if I want to. But I've been in this cubicle for a very long time, and it's comfortable. I got the seat just where I want it. All right, I'm right by the window. The AC thermostat's right there. I can always control the AC. And Shirley, Shirley, the one that always gives everyone shit. Yeah, Shirley doesn't fuck with me. Okay, I got a good life, even though he's the 9 to 5 guy. I don't know. I'm not going to yap about that. Okay, anyways, I'm just older, and I like those older characters, especially like Shisui from Bleach. Alexander did a really great story analysis on Shisui, and I'm like, okay, finally someone gets it. Yeah, they come off as like lazy people, but really they take on a bunch of responsibility, and they're really hard on themselves. and they take that and translate that into being competent. And I love that so much. But those that kind of mentality always backfire because it is flawed. Because Samura is basically a war vet coming back from like a war, and he has PTSD. And I love the dynamic of him being blind, where the problem isn't the physical injuries I have. Now it's just like when a soldier comes back from war, right? He's like doesn't have a leg anymore. It's like, oh, we'll get you a leg, man. Why you sad? And it's not about it's not about it's not about the missing leg. It's about the emotional, mental damage of it. And a lot of like people that come home from the army, they get to it, or they have like a drinking problem, or it's just like too much. Like the memories of it hurt. And I love the dynamic about that because he is a phoenix that's he's on his last leg and he's like ash now, but he's a phoenix that refuses to rise from the ashes because of his guilt, and he wants to hold on to that responsibility because he doesn't think he feels bad about having a great life. Yeah, and he'll take the narrative and flip it to match what he thinks about himself, not realizing that like Chiro, his best friend's like son, and his actual daughter actually would want to be with him. He can't fathom that these kids would want to walk the path with me and be with me, even though I'm such a horrible person. And that mindset is like, it's cool and all this, whatever, and you don't want to bring people into your shit. And that's what I thought was funny in one of the recent chapters. Shiro's actually cracks his blade and he heals it immediately, and everyone just goes, okay, now he's just kind of being an asshole. That refusal to ask for help, I'm just so guilty of. That's me to a T. you're gonna have to like just go ahead and help me. But it's, I don't know. Sometimes you do just have to ask. You do have to, because it's gonna, that guilt and that resentment and all those built up emotions is just gonna just weigh you down. But him going through that with them and realizing that he's actually taking that autonomy away by like removing the memories, forcing Shiro to not draw his sword, to keep him at bay and go commit suicide, basically. I was like, oh yeah, you want to just let you go and kill yourself? No problem. Just think about that. One of your good friends. He's like, I know how to fix this, guys. I'm just gonna end it. Even if you're like objectively true, yeah, I'm not just gonna like step to the side and let you just go do that. What? But I'm really loving the development of his character and how they're gonna end up dealing with the Sword Master in general. And I just wanted to get on here and yap about how much I love this character. He's probably my favorite character in the entire show right now. And I mean, that's honestly it. I just wanted to sit in front of my camera in my room by myself and glaze this imaginary man. All right, well, I think we'll just go ahead and end this video on that note. But also, even though I tricked most of you, my last video, 600 views is insane. That's my magnum opus. I had to do some dirty tricks to get those numbers, but it's okay. I'm gonna try to post a little bit more often. I got no promises, but try to give you at least a couple posts a week. Not that I think you guys are just fiending to hear my voice, because I don't think it's that pleasing to listen to. But you know, maybe you need something on while you're washing dishes that you can tune in and out on. And that's what I'm here for. All right. I'm the old Uncle Yapper. And then I'm gonna promise not to lose this thing again. She's all I got. All right. Say bye. Ooh.